Disclaimer: the views of Southern Sammy do not represent the views of Darkening Winters, aka Jessica Lynn Winters. The views of Southern Sammy represent those of the Republicans/conservatives and other primitive, xenophobic, racist, homophobic, sexist creatures that you can find in the South. I, the narrator, and the way I word things represent the views of Darkening/Jessica. You have been warned. Now sit back, watch and have a laugh. This is the story of a child named Sammy. She grew up in the South and had a foul mouth. She wasn't fully a Christian or Southern really, but she took on the racist and homophobic ways of the South. One sunny afternoon an Asian saleswoman showed up at the door and she answered it very kindly, at first not realizing the lady was Asian. The second that she noticed that she was Asian, she said the following in a rude, Asian accent impression and then slammed the door.
Ching ching chong. So you are Chinese? Pink cow.
Later that day, Southern Sammy was playing an online video game and started talking on her microphone. She started saying some pretty weird stuff to people online.
I get fucking drunk. Like, the way I talk and shit, like, I just, like, kick your ass in football, and, like, I can, like, shove a football up your ass, and that's, like, how painful. But maybe that's pleasure, I don't know, it's like anal with the football, and, like, you, like, stuff it up your ass, and, like, I don't know. I'm totes fucked up.
A few seconds later, an annoyed man got on his microphone and told Sammy to shut up.
For the love of everything sacred and holy, would you please shut your yapper?
Quite frankly, Sammy was being inappropriate and deserved it. Now it was time for Sammy to go to bed. She had school in the morning. The root of all her racism. The next morning it was time for Sammy to go to school. Keep in mind this is in the South. She got in the bus and went to school. At school there was a lesson about the creatures of the earth. There was a book on the teacher's desk titled, Creatures That Look Like Humans. On the whiteboard was a Hispanic man, an Asian woman, and a woman of color. The teacher asked if there were any volunteers for helping teach the class what they are. Sammy raised her hand. The teacher pointed to the Hispanic man on the whiteboard, and said, "What is this smelly creature?" Sammy replied,
Spit.
And she pointed to the Asian woman and said, "What is this tiny thing?" Sammy replied,
Sink.
She then went on to point to the woman of color, and this is highly wrong, but considered okay in the South. And she asked Sammy, "What is this, unholy demon? Tisk tisk tisk." Sammy replied,
Jigaboo.
The teacher replied, "Very good, keep up the good work, Sammy." And that's the end of this story. There are many more stories to come about Southern Sammy. She really made a name for herself.